everyone, my name is Leah and welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted in a couple weeks because I haven't really been feeling well, so I didn't have the energy or the motivation to film, and today I finally got up the motivation to film. I really need to film my July wrap-up because there's less than 2 weeks left in August, but I don't really have the motivation to film that today because I think that's going to be a little bit of a longer video. So I decided today I was going to film a little bit of a shorter video and do a library book haul. I'm sorry if there's a weird reflection in my glasses. This was the only way to get my lighting to look okay today, but now there's like lamp reflection here. So libraries were closed for months because of COVID, and I was really sad I couldn't get any books from the libraries, but my library system recently reopened, and though I don't feel comfortable like going to the library and visiting, there is a new holds to go system that my library has where you do holds ahead of time and then you schedule an appointment and go and pick up all your holds at the same time. So it's a safer way to pick up your holds. So I have new library books for the first time in months and I'm so excited. I'm also in a good mood right now because today was the cover reveal for One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, and it looks so good. Sapphic excellence. I'm so excited for that book. And also today was the cover reveal for Witch Shadow, the next Witch Lens book by Susan Dennard, and I'm so excited. It looks so good. I need next year to come both so this year can be over and so I can get all the new releases that I'm excited for. That is completely unrelated to my library haul, so I'm going to get into these books. There are 8 books I'm going to talk about today that I got from the library, and I'm also very excited because 5 out of 8 of those books are sapphic books that I am very excited to read. The first book in my library haul is The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics by Olivia Waite. I am so excited to read this because this is a sapphic historical fiction romance. I'm so excited. Also, this book is just delightfully floppy. I'm very excited to read this. Honestly, I don't really know what it's about, but I've heard so much praise for it. I know my friend RC has talked about how much he loves this, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. I don't think I'll get to it in August, but I think I'll try to get to it in early September. I'm really excited. I've heard so many good things. I'm always up for a sapphic romance, and sapphic historical fiction romance, like, yes. I just realized I don't even know what the characters' names are. I know like nothing about this book. Lucy and Catherine. Okay. I didn't even know their names. Next up is Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir, and hopefully I'm actually going to start this today. I was supposed to start this several days ago because I'm buddy reading this with my friend Izza. Also, all of my booktube friends that I mentioned, I'll link their channels down below. So if you'd like to check out some of my friends' channels, you can look in the description box. I'm supposed to buddy read this with Izza, and we said we were going to start like 3 days ago, but I haven't been feeling well. We had originally decided we were going to read like 6 chapters a day and progress like that because we would finish in about a week that way. But the first day, neither of us read, so that's great. Then I think the second day, I think Izza read a chapter, but I texted them and I was like, I have read nothing because I really wasn't feeling well and really not feeling up to reading. Before yesterday, I hadn't done any like physical reading in almost a week, and I did a little bit yesterday, but still not much at all. And I know this is a little denser, and while I do really like dense books, it's not something that I have been in the mood for because I haven't been feeling well, but I'm feeling a little bit better. So hopefully if I still have energy after this video, because I will say filming sometimes takes my energy. This is about lesbian necromancers, and that's pretty much all I know. I feel like that's all you need. Lesbian necromancers is just such a great hook. Also, I love this edition because it has sprayed black edges, and now I really want this edition, but apparently only the first edition was like that. So I don't even know if I'll be able to get it anywhere, but I really want it. This book is also so delightfully floppy, and I love it. Anyway, I'm very excited to read this. Hopefully I'll love it. We'll see. I don't know if I'll get to it by the end of August because of how I'm feeling, but maybe I will. So keep an eye out for my August wrap-up, even though I still need to film and edit my July wrap-up. I also filmed my May and June wrap-up. Never edited it. Don't know when that's coming. Next up is another sapphic book, which is The Way to the Stars by Kay Ankrum. And I've just realized I don't know what this is about. It's sci-fi, I think, and it's sapphic, and the cover's pretty, and that's pretty much all I needed to know to pick it up. So I picked it up because I'd seen it on sapphic book lists, and I feel like I had seen people say positive things about it, but I'm now realizing I don't know what this book is about. Ooh, look at the pages. They're so pretty. Can you tell that I love like little physical things about books? Ryan Bird dreams of traveling across the stars, but a career in space isn't an option for a girl who lives in a trailer park. So, is this contemporary? I think this is contemporary. Why did I think this was sci-fi? Was it just because of the word stars? Is this contemporary? Also, what the heck is with this line on the back? 10 million light years from now, bathed in the radiation of a time without time, are the bones of a girl who loved Ryan Bird. What? I'm very intrigued by this book now, and now I really don't know what it's about, or what genre it is. I'm very confused. Is it bad that now I just want to shove aside everything that's on my August TBR for the rest of the month and just read this because I'm very intrigued? I probably won't, but I'm very intrigued by this now. If you've read this, definitely let me know what your thoughts are in the comments because I'm now very confused and interested. Also, if you've read any of these books and have thoughts on them, leave me a comment because I want to know your thoughts. Next is another sapphic book, which is The Falling in Love Montage by Ciara Smith, and honestly, I don't know that much about this one. I know this is sapphic. I think at least one, if not both of the characters are lesbian. This is a YA contemporary, and I know one of the girls is very resistant to falling in love because I think she's going off to college soon and doesn't want to get really attached to someone before she goes off to college. But shenanigans happen, and I assume they're going to end up falling in love considering it's called The Falling in Love Montage. I'm very excited to read this. I've heard good things. I think I'm probably going to get to this in early September, and I'm excited. This next book is the last sapphic book of my haul, and it's We Unleash the Merciless Storm, which is the sequel to We Set the Dark on Fire, which I read last month. Did I read that last month? Or was it this month? I think it was last month. I think I read it in July. I have no concept of time anymore. I don't want to say too much about this because it is a sequel. I did enjoy the first book, and the romance was great. And that's what's getting me to pick up this second book. I don't think I would have liked the first book nearly as much if it didn't have the sapphic romance. The main character of, is this a duology? Is this the last book? Why am I so clueless? The main character in the first book lives in this dystopian world and ends up joining the resistance and marrying this super rich, high up, powerful dude. And she's asked to spy for the resistance because they know that she lied her way into the school that she went to, and so they're blackmailing her. And she ends up spying on this dude. And in the society, powerful men have two wives, the Primera and a Segunda, and the romance is between those two girls, and it's excellent. So the first book followed the Primera, and then this book follows the Segunda. And I'm excited to see a book from her point of view because I wanted to see more of her. Her name's Carmen. So I'm interested to see what happens in this book. I will say the first book didn't totally blow me away, and I wanted a little bit more from it. I feel like the writing could have been fleshed out a little bit more, and also the main character was like spying and needed to find information, and there were several times where she just found out information by like overhearing things, and it just felt very convenient, and like she didn't have to do that much work. And I know she was in danger, but it didn't necessarily feel like that all the time because she was just overhearing random important information. So those were my problems with the first book, but I did still enjoy it, and like I said, I enjoyed the sapphic romance, so I wanted to see where the second book goes. The next book is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I don't know much about this other than there's hockey, there's a small town. I think something in this book centers around a rape, so if that's something that would affect you reading it, definitely look up trigger warnings beforehand. I usually try to leave trigger warnings down in my description box, but for these books I haven't read them yet, so I don't really know many of the trigger warnings, so if that's something that you'd like to know, definitely look those up. Yeah, I don't really know much about this. The reason I'm picking this up is that it's one of my friend Sarah's favorite books, so I'm reading it because of her. Hopefully I enjoy it. I think she'll be very sad if I don't. But I'm looking forward to reading one of my friend's favorites because I love reading other people's favorite books. The next two books are books in series, and for both of these, I have not finished the book that came before in the series, and yet I got them from the library. Because this is who I am as a person. The first one is The King of Crows by Loba Bray, which is the last book in the Diviners. Have I read Before the Devil Breaks to You, which is the book before this? No. I actually had it out from the library at the beginning of quarantine. Still have it. It's been months. I have not read it. However, I do plan on reading it starting next week because I am buddy reading it with my friend Andy. So, I will be reading that soon, which then hopefully means I will be picking this up soon. And I love the Diviner series, but I will say the books are chonkers, so they can be slow to get through. So hopefully I'll be able to get to this before I actually have to return it. We'll see. But I'm very excited because I really liked the first two books in the series, so I'm excited to read the last two books. Though I do feel like I've seen people say they were disappointed in this book, so I'm a little scared. And then the last book in this book haul is also the largest book, and that is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. Have I finished Lord of Shadows? No. But am I currently reading it? Yes. I think I'm a little over halfway, but I've also been reading it for weeks. I'm also buddy reading that book. I'm buddy reading it with my friend Reagan. And I thought that book was long. It's like 700 pages or something like that. This book is 880 pages. Look, Cassandra Clare's writing is not the best. However, her books are incredibly enjoyable, incredibly gripping. I just enjoy reading them. But this is so long. And like Lord of Shadows, one problem I've been having is like a few days ago I wasn't feeling that great, but I really wanted to read a little bit more of Lord of Shadows, so I was like, hey, I'll read one chapter before bed. That won't be too bad. And then the chapter was so long. And I swear in one chapter, every single point of view of the book gets focused on, like every single main character, and I'm like, there's so much happening. But hopefully I'll finish Lord of Shadows soonish. Will I finish it before the end of August? I don't know. But then I need to get to this 880 page book. But this is the last book in my library haul. This video may have been a little chaotic, and it was a lot of me saying, I don't know what this book is about, or I don't know when I'm going to get to this book, or just rambling. Did this video get off the rails a little? Maybe. But you know what? This is the first time I've had motivation to film in weeks and weeks, so I'm going to take finishing this video as a plus. If you actually somehow made your way through all of my rambling in this, thank you so much for watching. I would love it if you were able to leave a comment down below, maybe about if you've read one of these books, or if you want to read one of these, or just leave a little emoji. If you want to find out any of my feelings on any of these when I finally read them, you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Yeah, I'm dropping books. I'm a disaster. Sapphic, goodness. So much. This next, why have I lost the ability to function as a human? Merciless. I can't speak.